Hello, righty-ho. This video is about the Myth of Logic and their album The Memory of After. Okay, now Myth of Logic is a project which is led by a multi-instrumentalist from Florida named Scott G. Davis, and The Memory of After is their most recent release at time of recording in November 2025. It came out just a couple of weeks ago, earlier this month. And I have to thank Scott himself for sending me a copy of the CD over to me, and also AC at Bad Dog Promotions for her help in arranging that. Also, you know, they send me stuff regularly. I do appreciate what they do. And the Memory of After, in my opinion, is a special album indeed. We've got a grandiose, sweeping, epic, technically complex yet accessible 80 minutes of quite majestic progressive rock. I mean, we've got the lot here. We've got the lot. All sorts of sweeping, soaring keyboards and synths, thumping prominent bass lines, thrusting guitars, slightly quirky drumming, and it's lyrically very strong too as the story unfolds. Yes, there's a story. This is a concept album, and it's based around a central character named Mercy, who is born somewhere to a race known as the Architects. Now, these architects are clever people. As they've developed, they've become so developed, so advanced that they don't communicate by speech anymore, and instead they communicate sort of like telepathically stroke empathetically. And they're somewhat thrown into confusion when Mercy arrives, because she's born screaming out at the top of her lungs. How will the Architects deal with this? Well, listen to the album to find out, because it is, as well as musically spectacular, it's lyrically it's a wild ride as well. So what's going on? Well, we've got a gentle intro to Keep a Silent Watch. That soon gives way to a banging bass line, that quirky drumming, and if you want keys and synths, then, well, you've got them. A storming quarter of an hour or so of mighty prog rock with some bite and purpose, just like it used to be. Glorious, glorious stuff. The shadow box winds things back a little bit, and we've got some tasty violin going on there, sort of like very 70s Kansas, and more of Scott's dazzling synths and keyboards and all sorts of stuff. Excuse me. And Empath in Exile is slightly shorter, but more punchy, yet no less enjoyable. Everything ebbs and flows and goes backwards and forwards between then. And then it all leads up to a quite spectacular 20-minute closer, the Skeleton Flower. This will have your jaw on the floor. It's just so ridiculously good, and beyond anything, you know, everything that Scott and his fellow musicians here throw at it. I can't come up with enough suitable adjectives to provide it. My vocabulary just wouldn't do it justice. You'd have to listen to it for yourself. You know, I've been with this since it arrived about a week or so ago, and you know, the Memory of After will make you think, probably as it did me. You'll hear bits of like Kansas, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Van de Graaff Generator from the 70s pomp that they were in, and then more up to date, you'll hear bits of Dream Theater, Symphony X, Spock's Beard, Rush, Ayreon, that kind of stuff. It's got a lot. It's got a lot. The entire album for me is a huge achievement. It delivers so much range and scale. And in addition to those fluid, flowing, swirling synths, we've got expressive guitar work, symphonics, orchestration. It's all mixed together along the way, and it's quite spectacular. And, you know, despite so much going on, the compositions and arrangements are so well done. The 80 minutes or so of running time is so engaging, it flashes by. I thank Scott and AC once again for getting this over to me. Very much appreciated indeed. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, there are physical and digital versions available from the Myth of Logic website, which I will link to in the description below. It's a BandCamp page. You might find it in other places if you look around. But, you know, overall, this is a double thumbs up from me. You can't go wrong with it. So have a look. Just go and have a look and a listen. And also, before you disappear, one little thing I could ask of you, if you wouldn't mind, and that's if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, please, because that's a big help, and I'd appreciate it if you'd do that for me. But, you know, this here Myth of Logic is seriously recommended stuff. Okie doke. So until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and take care.